afternoon and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Happy birthday to Lola the News Hound.
Oh, yeah. She's 14?
14?
Oh, my goodness.
So it's like 78 or something.
Right, in dog years. she looks great for 78.
She should retire, I'll tell you. And Harvey Briggs' birthday today as well.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he's 78, but...
No, I don't think so either. Otherwise, he looks really good for 78. Not that Lola doesn't, but...
Big day for birthdays, so happy birthday, everyone. And here's what's making news on this Thursday. A Madison high school teacher is facing 7 counts of child pornography.
And officials with UW-Whitewater are trying to figure out how to pay for a major gap in the budget as enrollment drops.
And the World Health Organization has declared a public health emergency for the coronavirus. We'll have the update.
First, though, let's take a look outside. Another mild day out there. You see some...
Biking? Sure.
Yeah,
why not?
Exactly. Why not? It is, again, mild for this time of year. There's no ice seemingly on the path there, so that's good news. Weather words of the day? Question mark? There we go. A blanket of clouds. Either the weather words for the day. And Chris Reese out on the patio underneath that blanket of clouds.
Yes, I had to use the term blanket because if you were to look at these clouds on satellite, folks, it truly is just a huge blanket of cloud cover that you have throughout really a huge portion of the country. I'll be showing you all that in a little bit later in the show. But for now, we are getting used to that cloud cover. This is now day 9 without seeing the sunlight out there. So that's certainly one thing that we've been watching. Now, underneath this blanket of cloud cover, at times, there are some flurries, and we're going to be watching those flurry chances tick up again as we move through tomorrow, especially, and into tomorrow night. That's with a little weak disturbance that's coming from the north and west, but there is not a lot of moisture with that, folks. So keep that in mind. But nonetheless, that flurry chance will certainly be there throughout parts of the upper Midwest. And they had snow all the way down in parts of Kentucky earlier today. So there are a lot of folks dealing with the chill underneath this cloud cover as well. Now, as we look ahead, folks, we do have those chances for flurries and freezing drizzle. We do eventually shake the clouds. Briefly. And then I have an interesting setup that I'm watching for next week that could bring more snow chances our direction. And once again, it's going to be a matter of a few miles in a storm track shift that could really impact things. So we really got to pay attention to particularly Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. I'll break that down a little bit more in the 4:30 weather hit as well. But in the meantime, traffic is smooth. We're watching the volume begin to increase on the belt line. So far, no big issues, but you're tapping the brakes, especially once you pass places such as Park Street approaching John Nolan. So keep that in mind. We're also tapping the brakes as you work your way in and around campus, which is typical for about this time of the day on a Thursday. So just be mindful of the routes. In the meantime, things are cruising along at their normal speeds. We'll get another check on that coming up in about 40 minutes or so.
I know I'm looking forward to the sunshine, but a lot of people are going to be looking forward to what you have to say about that storm.
Yeah, I know. And right now, it doesn't look like a big deal, but nonetheless, I like to make sure people are aware of it.
Of course, and like you said, miles make all the difference.
Yes, they do.
This time of year.
All right, thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
We start with a big story in Madison. A Madison East high school teacher has pleaded not guilty to 7 federal counts of attempted child pornography for 2 incidents involving hidden recording devices. According to a release from the Wisconsin Department of Justice, 37-year-old David Crutchen of Cottage Grove is facing 7 counts of attempted child pornography. The incidents involved hidden cameras and allegedly happened in January and October of last year. According to the Associated Press, the investigation stemmed from a trip to Minneapolis that Crutchen chaperoned. He was arrested at his home this morning. He faces a minimum of 15 years in federal prison on each count. MMSD responded to News 3 Now this afternoon saying, quote, "This news is incredibly disturbing to the MMSD family and our community. We want to assure you that MMSD will do everything we can do to support our students and community through this unimaginably challenging time."
UW-Whitewater is trying to figure out a way to offset a decline in tuition revenue.
We first reported yesterday this could mean layoffs on campus today. They held a listening session for students and staff, and Eric Franke is here with more details on that. Eric.
Yeah, Mark and Danica, these are tough times for many UW system schools. At Whitewater, they've seen enrollment drop 8% over the past 3 years. And what it means, according to a campus-wide letter from Chancellor Dr. Dwight Watson, is a way to find $12 million to cut over the next 2 years. 2/3 of that is going to come from academic affairs. Now, some departments have already begun the process. Today was that listening session to open a dialogue about ways to save money without affecting the academic experience for students.
Let's make sure that essential services remain essential services. And let's look at those very carefully, because those are the ones that have the critical effect on students.
We're going to start the next fiscal year with $8 million less in budget available to us to spend, and so we have to reduce our expenditures to meet that budget.
Academic Affairs, as I mentioned, already started to save almost $2 million simply through attrition and from stretching things like custodial services. And again, this is not something limited just to the Whitewater campus. Oshkosh dealt with a nearly $10 million budget gap in recent years. That led to early retirement offers for staff. And the Stevens Point campus, you'll recall, last year considered cutting 6 liberal arts programs, but avoided it. Still, though, they lost some 130 staff positions in recent years. So a lot of budget crunches going on for a lot of campuses across the UW system.
And we'll have to see how they pan out. Eric, thank you.
You bet.
Well, the lights are back on in Black Earth after a widespread power outage this morning. Officials say 1,200 people were affected by the power outage, which was caused by an electrical fire at the power plant. It's unclear how that fire started. The Wisconsin Heights School District was forced to cancel classes. They are expected to resume tomorrow. And the UW Police Department is investigating after a man falsely reported a strong-armed robbery at a bus stop near campus. Officials say the alleged robbery was reported to have occurred near the Nielsen Tennis Stadium. 57-year-old Darren De La Osa was arrested today and faces tentative charges of obstruction.
A Monroe man is accused of making harassing phone calls and threatening several Greene County employees. Deputies began investigating the situation around 11:40 yesterday morning. 66-year-old David Waggy was arrested for unlawful use of a telephone and threats of physical harm. He was actually convicted on similar charges back in 2012. Waggy is in the Greene County Jail awaiting an appearance in court. Federal health officials have confirmed the first case of the coronavirus, that is, to be passed from person to person in the United States. The announcement comes as the World Health Organization declares the outbreak of a public health emergency. Michael George has the latest from New York.
The CDC has confirmed the first person-to-person transmission of the coronavirus in the U.S. Health officials say it involves a previously confirmed case, a woman in her 60s who had traveled to Wuhan, China in December and returned to Chicago earlier this month. She infected her husband. Health officials say both are hospitalized in stable condition.
The risk to the general public in Illinois remains low. This person-to-person spread was between two very close contacts, a husband and wife.
Health officials are tracking people the couple had been in contact with.
We could see more cases among individuals who have had close contact.
The news comes as the World Health Organization declares a public health emergency. The agency praised China's response to the outbreak, but says other countries with weaker health systems are at risk.
The only way we will defeat this outbreak is for all countries to work together in a spirit of solidarity and cooperation. We're all in this together.
In Italy, thousands of passengers, including 114 Americans, were not allowed to leave a cruise ship while tests were conducted on a female passenger from China who came down with flu-like symptoms. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
China has reported more than 7,800 cases of the new coronavirus, including 170 deaths. 18 other countries have since confirmed almost 100 additional cases combined, but no deaths.
Well, drama at the beginning of the second and final day of the question and answer phase of the Senate impeachment trial after the Chief Justice refused to read a question.
The presiding officer declines to read the question as submitted.
Chief Justice John Roberts blocked a question from Kentucky Senator Rand Paul. It included the name of an individual some conservative media outlets have tried to out as the whistleblower. Paul left the chamber to defend his question.
Questions about two people who are friends, who work together at the National Security Council, who have been overheard talking about impeaching the president.
So far, only 2 Republicans have publicly said that they intend to support calls for witnesses. President Trump tweeted an attack on lead House manager Adam Schiff earlier, calling him, quote, a corrupt poll and calling the Senate impeachment trial a hoax.
The Iowa caucuses are now just 4 days away, and Democratic candidates and their volunteers are busy crisscrossing that state. A new Monmouth University poll shows former Vice President Joe Biden with a slight edge over the rest of the Democratic field in Iowa. Biden has the advantage advantage of extra face time with caucus goers as candidates like Senators Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Amy Klobuchar stay in Washington for the impeachment trial. Same goes for Pete Buttigieg, who's holding back-to-back events and stepping up criticism of his competitors.
The Los Angeles County coroner has identified all 9 victims of Sunday's helicopter crash that killed NBA legend Kobe Bryant. The medical examiner made the IDs through DNA and fingerprints and says the victims died of blunt force trauma caused by the accident. Wreckage of the downed chopper is being analyzed in Phoenix as the investigation continues. Sporting events are resuming at the Staples Center where Bryant played for the first time since his death. The Los Angeles Kings hockey team took to the ice last night to play Tampa Bay and to honor Bryant, who frequently attended the team's games. Players wore basketball jerseys with Bryant's number 24 before the game. Their helmets featured decals honoring Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, who also died in the crash.
I'm not gonna lie, I shed a few tears just from thinking of him, and you know what Kobe meant to, I think, all of us, the city of Los Angeles and beyond that. It was something special.
Bryant's widow, Vanessa, broke her silence for the first time yesterday. She unlocked her Instagram account to post intimate family photos, writing, quote, "I'm not sure what our lives hold beyond today, and it's impossible to imagine life without them. But we wake up each day trying to keep pushing because Kobe and our baby girl, Gigi, are shining us on the way to light."
It's just so sad.
Yeah,
Each new statement.
Well, still to come at 4, this month's top-notch teacher went from student to teacher.
Both roles taking place at Madison's West High School. Charlotte DeLeste has the story when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
What does help for heart failure look like? It looks like this. Entresto is a heart failure pill that helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARM. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
The beat goes on.
Yeah.
The biggest and best RV event in the Midwest is back. The News 3 Now. Madison Camper and RV show and sale. See over a mile's worth of RVs, camping equipment, and campgrounds under one roof. Tickets are just $10 and kids are free. Seniors, you're welcome at half price on Friday. Meet Gridiron Great Gilbert Brown Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Find out more and get your VIP ticket at MadisonRVShow.com. See you at the Alliant Energy Center, January 31st, February 1st, and 2nd.
Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
Bone chilling. Backbreaking. Breathtaking. Winter weather can be a lot of things. But it should never be a surprise. Watch News 3 Now for an accurate forecast you can trust day in and day out. And when safety is an issue, you'll hear about it first and fast. First Alert Weather, always reliable, so you can plan your life.
Welcome back. 2019 was a tough year for American farmers. U.S. farm bankruptcies jumped 20% last year. That's the highest level since 2011, when the country was still recovering from the Great Recession. This despite $28 billion in aid extended to farmers over the past couple of years. According to the American Farm Bureau, 595 family farms declared Chapter 12 bankruptcy. The cause? Uncertainty in the market spurred by trade wars and rewritten international agreements in 2019. Wisconsin lost 551 dairy farms and 638 the year before. A new government report has found that U.S. life expectancy has actually climbed for the first time in 4 years.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that life expectancy in 2018 was 78.7 years, an increase from 78.6 years in 2017. Researchers say a big factor for the jump is that drug overdose deaths fell. In 2018, it was 67,000, down from 70,000 in 2017. Another contributing factor was that cancer deaths dropped 2.2% over that same time period. And at the same time, the rate of women who die from pregnancy or childbirth remains steady. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, in 2018, 658 women died while carrying a child or within 42 days of the end of pregnancy. That breaks down to just over 17 deaths per 100,000 live births. However, the findings say there is racial and age-related disparities for maternal deaths. Researchers say black women are about 3 times more likely to die than white and Hispanic women. Also, women who are 40 and older are 8 times more likely to die than women under 25. Health officials also say most pregnancy-related deaths can be prevented without much expense or trouble. Well, new green technology is bringing clean air to some of the world's most polluted cities.
Unconventional walls of green from the company City Trees are sprouting up around London, for instance, to help solve that city's pollution problems. These walls of moss absorb polluted air and harmful toxins from buses and cars and then push out purified air on the other side. Benches are attached so people can sit back and breathe it all in. The city and its limited green space contribute to Britain's poor air quality, which is actually considered a national health emergency. Mother and Dr. Arian Warren sees the impact firsthand.
You see a lot of children with asthma and wheezing because of the air quality here.
City Trees debuted in Germany 5 years ago, and since then the company's put down roots in places like Hong Kong, Paris, and Amsterdam. The company wants to branch out to America by next year. Cities in New York, California, and Texas are all hoping to cultivate the next tree.
What a great idea.
Yeah, it is a really cool idea. Well, Nike has sold out of its Kobe Bryant gear in the wake of his death in a helicopter crash on Sunday.
Search Kobe or Kobe Bryant on Nike's website shows no available goods, and it immediately redirects you to a statement. Kobe was one of the greatest athletes of his generation and has had an immeasurable impact on the world of sport and the community of basketball. He was a beloved member of the Nike family. We miss him greatly. Mamba forever. Nike confirms it sold out of Bryant's merchandise and would not say when the production would be back and the products would be back in stock, that is. Well, KFC is going to expand testing its new plant-based fried chicken. The fast food chain sold out of the Beyond Fried Chicken at an Atlanta restaurant in less than 5 hours. The expanded testing starts February 3rd at more than 70 locations, including Nashville and Charlotte, North Carolina. It comes in a 4 to 12-piece box. The demand for plant-based and vegan options has been growing as people look to cut down on their meat consumption due to health concerns. Dunkin' has launched a Beyond Sausage breakfast sandwich, and Burger King is enjoying the success of its meatless Impossible Whopper.
Interesting stuff.
I don't know about the chicken. Stocks closed higher amid rising earnings reports. The Dow Industrials gained 124 points, ending the day at 28,859. The NASDAQ was up 23. The S&P 500 added 10.
Well, a Madison native who used to walk the halls of West High School as a student is now a teacher.
And she's been selected as our top-notch teacher to kick off the new year. Charlotte DeLuste is here to introduce us to Holly Walker. Hi, Charlotte.
Hello. Well, photojournalist Kathy King and I, we were absolutely blown away by Holly. Holly always knew she wanted to be in performance arts. As the theater director, she's led more than 20 plays and musicals, but there's a particular program she leads at West that allows her to bring real life front and center to an audience of hundreds.
It sounds like a school dance, or maybe looks like a pep rally. But it is so much more than that.
Theater is a platform, and it gives us a voice.
As the director of theater and Multico, Holly Walker has been teaching students at West High School for 15 years how to use their voice for the greater good. Multico was started 23 years ago by then theater director Rebecca Jallings, Holly's former teacher. It's a company of 32 seniors who reflect the diverse ethnic and racial population of Madison's schools. They perform at elementary and middle schools with an original 30-minute production.
And so it's not just about people being on stage and dancing and singing, but it's what are we saying? What's our story? What's our truth? And for me as a director, I always think, where's the light? Finding out information can be jarring. We need to be authentic, and it needs to be real, because we're depicting real-life situations and experiences.
They tackle real issues like LGBTQ, divorce, vaping, immigration,
My parents came to this country to give my siblings and I a better future.
suicide, body image, and racism, just to name a few.
It's always about empathy. And then there's identification in the sense that a student might be able to see someone on stage, identify with them, and it gives them confidence in who they are.
And gives other kids an important perspective.
We get to do this. What a gift that we have here to be able to do something like this and to be able to talk to so many kids and to be able to tell these stories so that acceptance and understanding can grow as a community.
Walker has no doubt that for some kids, it's a game changer.
I hope to give them what I had when I was in high school. Theater was, for me, a room where I felt safe, I felt comfortable, and I felt like I could be my authentic self.
And isn't that what we all want?
Holly, congratulations on being a top-notch teacher. Well deserved. Multico just wrapped up for the year, so now Holly is busy putting together the spring musical 9 to 5. Those show dates are the first 2 weekends in March. I got a sneak peek of it. You must go see it. Now, if you know of a top-notch teacher, please nominate him or her at channel3000.com. Click on the education tab, and there you will find top-notch teachers.
High school has changed since.
It's certainly. I want to go back,
Yeah,
and
I know.
I want her to be my theater teacher.
Yeah, no kidding.
She's so inspirational and really changing things.
What a cool opportunity for these kids to dive into these issues, both the ones on stage and clearly the kids watching in the audience.
It's real. There's no sugarcoating.
Yeah.
None at all. And that's, we need to have that real conversation.
I think so too.
And then there's 9 to 5.
And then there's 9 to 5.
I was about to say,
Another
what a
real
nice
conversation,
reprieve.
right?
Congratulations, Holly. Charlotte, thank you. Still to come at 4, your morning commute might be a bit slippery.
And then a big warm up for the weekend. Chris's first alert forecast is coming up.
A good night's sleep starts with Steinhoffel's largest selection of name brand mattresses at the guaranteed lowest prices. Right now, save over 60% on this Beauty Rest Silver Queen mattress, now only $4.99. Or get a free Beauty Rest weighted blanket and $200 in Steinhoffel's bonus cash with any Beauty Rest black mattress. All this plus free next day delivery. Steinhoffel's has all of the best brands, so you can try before you buy. We are your mattress shopping destination.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
Get a fresh start with the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller. The new 2019 Ram 1500, the most awarded light-duty truck in America. Get 0% APR for 60-month financing or 1.9% APR for 72 months. Rebates and incentives up to $3,000 on all remaining new 2019 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. The Ram 1500, a 2019 IIHS top safety pick. Great rebates and incentives now at the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller, your Madison truck headquarters.
Don Miller.
Guys, if you wake up feeling fat, bad back, heartburn, tired, then it's time to get healthy and lose weight with Nutrisystem for Men.
Once I lost the weight, everything else fell into place. I'm healthier, I'm stronger.
Not only did I lose 60 pounds, but I feel incredible. I don't snore.
My doctor told me I needed to lose weight. Nutrisystem helped me lose 105 pounds.
Lose up to 18 pounds and 8 inches overall in your first month. Lose weight fast, money back guaranteed. It's a fact. Junk in, junk out. That's why you feel and look terrible. Nutrisystem for Men is designed specifically to burn fat so you can start to feel great. Order now and we'll rush you Nutrisystem for Men, plus 1 week of protein-packed probiotic shakes to bust that gut free.
I'm healthy and in the best shape of my life.
Act now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
What do you have to lose? I know, the weight.
Go online or call 877-516-FIT7 right now. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
I am running to defeat Donald Trump. In 2016, I warned that Donald Trump was a dangerous demagogue. When the Republican Congress wouldn't hold him accountable, I went to work helping run winning campaigns in 21 House seats. It's time for the Senate to act and remove Trump from office. And if they won't do their jobs this November, you and I will. I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Take a look at this. A 21-year-old student from Seoul, South Korea has some mad taekwondo skills. Wonjin Kim showed off his skills by kicking a board 4 meters high after jumping and somersaulting through the air. He's been practicing since he was a kid, though he doesn't remember just how much. Our guess is it was a lot.
Yeah, just a few times.
That's pretty impressive.
Holy smokes. You know, I'm almost there. Almost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost
you're at the
there.
2-meter mark.
Yeah, about as tall as I am. I just go like this, and then it's knocked out, right? Yeah.
Sometimes I can't.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
We are not really doing much somersaulting or flips with this forecast.
No,
I'm sorry.
It's been very consistent.
Yep.
It really has. We'll get maybe a little half somersault in this weekend when we go from clouds to sunshine and 40s, right back into clouds, and perhaps even a snow chance. We have a little bit of it all in the forecast. So let's go ahead and give that to you right after this commercial.
How does the automatic emergency braking in the Chevy Equinox work?
Oh, no. What?
Can you tell me how lane keep assist with lane departure warning works?
Lane departure warning? What is that exactly?
Kids may not know about the 2020 Chevy Equinox's standard safety features, but every parent should.
Get $3,750 cash allowance on most Equinox models. Plus, current GM owners can get an additional $750 cash allowance. And eligible GM card members get $1,000 in bonus earnings.
This season, take an incredible journey through 5,000 years of culture with Shen Yun. Discover why people are calling Shen Yun a visual feast. A pleasure to the ear. An epic tale. A must-see. Shenyun, returning to Overture Center for the Arts, February 4th and 5th. Tickets at shenyun.com/WI.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh. Ozempic does not increase the risk of major cardiovascular events like heart attack, stroke, or death.
There's no increased risk.
Oh.
And I only have to take it once a week.
Oh. Ozempic should not be the first medicine for treating diabetes or for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
You may pay as little as $25 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider today about once-weekly Ozempic.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Sometimes you just gotta love family, right? This is a picture coming our direction from Charlotte, North Carolina, from my younger brother. He sent it to me with a text that said, "Hey, we have sunshine today. How do you feel?" Well, I've got you, Chandler, but after 9 days of cloud cover, I'm sure we wish we could look like that. In the meantime, we are still going with what I like to call the Seattle look with all the cloud cover that we have out there. But I'll tell you what, we do eventually shake that as we go through the weekend. At least briefly, we're going to focus in the meantime on some chances for some flurries and freezing drizzle, and then an interesting setup that I believe we'll have as we move into next week. Now, earlier in the show, you heard me call this an overall blanket of cloud cover. Here's why. This is the upper Midwest and really just the center part of the country overall. We are all dealing with that blanket of cloud cover for pretty much thousands of miles of real estate. In the meantime, though, high pressure does remain in control. We're getting in on a little bit of a warming wind today. They're coming out of the south and west, although those temperatures are still staying on a chillier note. This is the next system that we're watching. This overall area of low pressure is going to be what's responsible for bringing in that chance of flurries and freezing drizzle. The reality is the air is just relatively dry, so there's not a lot of moisture to work with as that system gets closer. Still, though, you might notice a couple flurries flying throughout parts of northern and central Wisconsin, throughout southern Wisconsin. Things are relatively dry. If there's any flurry or drizzle activity out there, it's not showing up on the radar as of now. I expect that to be the theme as we go through really the rest of the overnight hours and into your Friday as well. We will see some flurries at times, but when you pull out your phone, you pull out the Channel 3000 weather app, and you look at the radar, a lot of the flurry and drizzle activity is going to be too low to show up. I think Future Track shows that very well. We'll see those temperatures right around 32 for tomorrow. Notice where it shows is little areas of spotty flurries at times, but still the cloud cover remains the primary story there. Now here's what happens by Saturday afternoon. We're going to see those temperatures well into the upper 30s. What also happens is the clouds begin to thin out. This is that chance to see some sunshine as drier air moves in by the time we move towards Sunday. That chilly air that we have overhead starts to work its way towards the north and east. When this happens, it opens up the doorway for milder air to build in from the south and west. And by Sunday, that milder air does clip us. With the milder air, the jet stream riding towards our north, this is our chance to truly see that sunshine around here. Then cold air moves in by the time we get you towards early next week. As that cold air starts to work its way down south, what also happens is our jet stream races from the desert southwest towards the Great Lakes. This is often in a region where we start to see storm systems develop, and I do expect there to be a storm system somewhere in the upper Midwest right around the early part of next week, with this being our setup. The question is, where exactly does that happen and who exactly does it impact? But I'll show you what some of the models have been showing is a storm system that likely begins to develop at some point Monday night into Tuesday. And most of this has been towards the south, but notice Madison is just on the northern edge of that. If we get any shift towards the north, this could become a more impactful system. If it shifts further towards the south, we end up colder, but we don't see the impact. Still plenty of time to watch that, but that's what the next big weather maker is that we're going to be focusing on as we go through the extended forecast. That would likely begin as some rain Monday night after temperatures are in the 40s Sunday and Monday. Then we cool things back down into the 30s and 20s by the time we get you towards the end of that week. So we are watching that one closely. In the meantime, Groundhog's Day does look great. Wouldn't it be kind of ironic if we got a snowstorm after Groundhog's Day? Let's talk about
just
more
an
winter.
omen.
Yeah, but we'll see how things go. In the meantime, I'm just going to look at that picture that my younger brother sent me for some vitamin D. The sunshine.
Pull up the cruise pictures, bud.
Yeah, anything at this point.
You know, he's really been wanting the snow. He was actually here for one of our snowstorms a couple weeks ago, but I told him, since you sent me the picture of the sun, I'm sending you pictures of the snow. And
every day, maybe every hour.
We'll see how it goes.
All right, thank you, Chris.
My pleasure.
Well, it is the weekend in the 608.
Here's a look at what's going on in the area. Tonight at the Overture Center, it's the 25th anniversary of Riverdance.
Riverdance has come a long way since it was a 7-minute Irish British music and dance performance at the 1994 Eurovision Song Contest. As a full-fledged stage show, Riverdance has toured the world multiple times, becoming one of the most successful dance productions in history. And if magic's more your style, there's an event happening next door at the Capitol Theater.
That's right. It's the champions of magic. In fact, a team of 5 illusionists who do close-up magic, mind reading, levitation, and harrowing escapes from a Harry Houdini water torture cell. I'm glad they're doing it, not me.
I love magic.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hit or miss for me, but it is. I get boggled, bamboozled by it.
Especially that up-close stuff.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, for outdoor quirky fun, there's the, I'm going to get this wrong, Scandinavian Winter Festival. Give it my best go, Mount Horeb. It's a fun, quirky event celebrated in Mount Horeb.
Grab a pointy red hat and go frozen turkey bowling, tubing, or cross-country skiing by candlelight. New this year is the partner carrying contest, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Yeah, I would think so.
Back at the Overture Center tomorrow night and Saturday afternoon are screenings of the feature film Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Chances are, though, you have not seen this movie with the Madison Symphony Orchestra playing the soundtrack live, creating a very dramatic experience for Harry Potter fans. The show is just over 3 hours, including a 20-minute intermission.
That would be
really, really neat, for sure. Yeah.
Right. We'll get this month's Madison Magazine for all the best in the Madison area. And there's more at 4. We'll get a preview of the Clean Lakes Alliance Frozen Assets Festival.
It's not going to be super frozen,
No.
but we'll see. And then tonight, we are learning more about the Beloit Home Police raided yesterday. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Do you suffer from pain, stress, anxiety, depression? Hi, my name is Tim O'Brien, owner of The Healthy Place, Apple Wellness. We carry one of the largest and most reputable selections of CBD oil products in southern Wisconsin. Our AMM CBD certified wellness consultants are on the cutting edge of CBD knowledge and can help you find the right potency for your relief. This week only, get 20% off at all 4 locations in Fitchburg, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and now West Madison. Check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com. The Healthy Place, Apple Wellness.
It's perfect. Thank you for choosing our home. Here's a list of our favorite spots to help you live like a local. And here is our Spectrum Wi-Fi password and a channel guide to help you settle in.
Did you say Spectrum?
Experience the fastest starting speeds for the price with Spectrum Internet. At 200 megabits per second, you'll enjoy faster surfing, streaming, and gaming. Switch to Spectrum Internet for $44.99 a month. Call 833-902-4499. Then lose yourself in the best in entertainment with more HD and more free on demand. With thousands of free titles to choose from and the best in live TV, there's always something on. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Plus, download the Spectrum TV app for more ways to watch. Call 833-902-4499.
It happened again. You guys were supposed to leave yesterday.
Is that my robe?
Is it?
Lose yourself in the best internet and TV with Spectrum. Switch now from $44.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-902-4499.
So my son says to me, Mom, did you switch your Medicare plan yet? And I say, yes, Robert. Dad and I signed up for a Medicare Advantage plan through Senior Preferred. And he says, Senior Preferred? And I say, yes, Senior Preferred. They give us access to the doctors we want and the drug benefits we need. And he says, that's nice. So how is Dad doing? And I say, your father is fine. My living room, on the other hand.
Senior Preferred. Medicare Advantage plans built for you.
5 years ago, I had psoriasis everywhere. My skin hurt, I felt gross. But then I started Cosentyx, and I haven't really had to think about it.
Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentyx. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentyx. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur. Ask your dermatologist about Cosentyx.
Tonight at 5, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is continuing to investigate a homicide that happened earlier this month in the Mount Horeb area. We'll have the latest on that investigation at 5.
Patchy fog, flurries, and perhaps some freezing drizzle are possible tonight, Friday, and Friday night. Milder weather arrives this weekend with sunshine on Sunday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, the UW-Madison School of Music has a new green room space. We'll hear the story behind the graduate it's being named after tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a live look Look at A. Gray, downtown Madison. This could have been from yesterday, the day before, the day before that. But really, it's live. It's live, we promise. Tens of thousands of football fans are crowding into Miami this week ahead of Super Bowl 54.
Security teams will be monitoring the stadium from the sky, the ground, and the water, looking for all types of threats from terrorism to the coronavirus. While it's nice to have beaches and tons of amenities, Miami does bring a whole host of unique security challenges. Officials say because it's surrounded by water, they will have extra crews patrolling the waterfront, and then above Hard Rock Stadium, the FAA will restrict airspace, and Black Hawk helicopters will patrol the skies to look for any unauthorized aircraft. That includes drones. And as game day approaches, fans are arriving and final preparations are being made for the world's biggest single-day sporting event.
Tom Hansen has the story from New York.
During the day and especially at night, football fans are getting psyched for Super Bowl 54. And so are the halftime performers, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira.
It's a lot of energy. It's very entertaining.
The women are keeping details of their 12-minute show top secret, but spoke about the tremendous pride they will feel on Sunday.
Two Latinas doing this at this time in this country at this time, it's just very empowering for us.
This is a palpable example of how anything is possible, really. And the only thing that matters is the size of your dreams.
About 65,000 fans will pack Hard Rock Stadium in Miami to see the superstar performers. And the main event, the Chiefs versus the 49ers. Law enforcement officials are warning fans to be very careful about where they purchase their tickets.
Every year, we see fans who arrive at the stadium on game day, only to be turned away at the gates because they bought counterfeit tickets.
Fans are advised to only buy tickets from reliable sources and to never buy a ticket from an unknown seller on the street. They're also cautioning to look out for fake NFL merchandise. Police say they confiscated over 176,000 counterfeit items in the last year alone.
If the deal is too good to be true, then it probably is.
On game day, the focus shifts to keeping everyone safe. Federal, state, and local law enforcement officers will monitor the stadium from the sky, the ground, and the water, looking for any type of threat, from terrorism to the coronavirus. Tom Hansen, CBS News.
And Demi Lovato will sing the national anthem prior to the game.
She did a spectacular performance during the Grammys, so that should be really good.
And J-Lo looks spectacular,
Oh my God, she looks amazing. Every time I see her, I think, man, time to hit the gym again.
Yeah, there we go. Well, still to come, it's a celebration of winter on Madison's lakes.
It's the Clean Lakes Alliance's Frozen Assets Festival. We'll have a preview when Live at 4 continues.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
It's a new day and a new year. Shout it out loud, sing with the crowd. Celebrate 'cause good things are coming. New opportunities are at the door. Yeah, it's a brand new day, and it's a brand new year. Hey, hey.
Do you have sleep apnea like me? Then you know the hassle of dragging your big, bulky Cpap device with you whenever you leave home. That's why you're going to love the Transcend Mini Cpap, the world's first portable mini Cpap that's both super compact and lightweight. It's as small as a can of soda, weighs just a pound, and has a battery pack about the size of a deck of cards.
Go online or call now to try the Transcend Mini Cpap for 10 nights risk-free.
Transcend delivers what I need to sleep well, yet it's smaller than my shaving kit, so it's easy to take with me anywhere. It's even FAA compliant, so I can finally sleep comfortably while flying. In fact, I can sleep comfortably anywhere now.
Bye-bye, big and bulky. Now you can have the freedom to sleep everywhere with Transcend Mini Cpap. Go online now to one of these authorized Mini Cpap dealers or to a Cpap store near you. Or you can buy direct. Try Transcend Mini Cpap risk-free. Call 1-800-924-0242 or visit mytranscend.com.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer.
but I did pick clarity by knowing I have a treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression on hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious side effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels and diarrhea that are common and can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of diabetes, skin reactions, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Common side effects include rash, nausea, tiredness, weakness, decreased appetite, mouth sores, vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
Join us for the Polar Plunge and give more than 10,000 Special Olympics Wisconsin athletes the chance to shine. You'll have a blast when you take the splash. Be freezing for a reason. Visit plungewi.org to register today.
Happy Thursday. Let's go ahead and take another look at your evening commute as that traffic begins to pick on up for us. This is the Beltline at Park Street, and we are already seeing really heavy traffic, especially as you work your way into the east and westbound directions. The reason for that is we have an accident that's creating some delays right around Fish Hatchery. So that's slowing down speeds in some places to as slow as 19 miles per hour, just depending on where you are. So if you are approaching Fish Hatchery from either direction on Fish Hatchery or the Beltline, do know that you will likely run into some delays as they work on getting that accident cleared for us. Let's jump our way downtown. Of course, we're seeing those typical slowdowns right as you work your way on Johnson Street, along with outbound Park Street towards Fish Hatchery. Be mindful of the students as the class changes begin as folks get out for the rest of the day. In the meantime, that slowest route, of course, as always, is eastbound Beltline from Verona Road to John Nolan. It's also slow from John Nolan over towards the interstate. That's taking you just under 10 minutes for both of those routes. Eastbound University Avenue to Verona, that's going to take you about 7 minutes.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. Take a look at this. While it may not look like it, this right here is the surface of the sun. NASA just released this video as a telescope captures the sun's surface in the highest detail to date.
Wow.
If I had to guess what that was, it would not be the surface of the sun. Oh, wow, and look at that comparison. The size of Texas is that little itty-bitty cube there. Unbelievable.
That's what the sun looks like.
Yeah, there you go. Now we know. Well, just don't look into it. Now you just look at these images instead.
Pretty cool.
Well, from fire to ice, Madison's Clean Lake Alliance is getting ready for its annual Frozen Assets Festival. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor.
There are events all next week, with the big party taking place a week from Saturday at the Edgewater Hotel. Last week, Susan and I headed out to the lake to get a preview of the festival from Adam Soderstein, the Alliance's marketing director.
So we're out on the lake. Is it safe?
Hey, it's well, here's what the DNR will tell you, that no ice is ever safe. They're not going to tell you something is safe, but we've done some test holes, and it's over 8 inches, or it's around 8 inches, and anything over 3 is safe to be on.
I've got to tell you, it is so cool to be on the lake in the winter. You know what I mean? To be walking on the ice, it's such a cool feeling.
This is Madison's largest park, you know?
Exactly.
So when the lakes freeze, these are these huge, majestic parks we have, and, you know, Clean Lakes Alliance, we want to make sure that people think of the lakes all year round, so we really take advantage of this park in the winter with frozen assets.
Yeah. And how did this idea come about?
Well, the idea was people seem to think about the lakes only in the summer when they're boating, they're fishing, they're swimming, they're doing whatever. And we wanted to say, hey, these are our gems year round, so let's really get people out here. You know, there's people that lived in Madison their whole life and they've ever walked on a frozen lake.
Wow.
And so this gives them the opportunity for free to come out and snowshoe, to try curling, to take a sleigh ride, to roast s'mores, to do all these fun winter activities that we can do here in Madison.
Tell us a little bit about the Frozen Assets Festival. What are you going to be doing?
Well, we're going to be doing a little bit of everything. So people will be able to see some great stuff on land here at the Edgewater. They're going to be able to see some championship speed skating, some figure skating, all sorts of fun dance activities. And then out here on the ice, there's sleigh rides that we're going to pull people around. There's going to be skydivers coming in, landing on the ice, kites over Mendota, these huge show kites. We're going to have actually a 5K held entirely here on the frozen lake, which is super cool. It'll run right out towards Picnic Point, past the Statue of Liberty at the Union. So just a lot of very cool, engaging things.
Weather permitting, or whether or not?
Well, I think right now, knock on wood, we're going to be okay. We have some really good ice, so I think everything's going to happen on the lake. If for some reason we didn't have safe ice, we would be able to pull everything on site. You know, the Edgewater is just a fantastic sponsor. Land's End, which sponsors it too. Some of our larger sponsors have given us the opportunity to make sure that no matter what, we're going to have a large family festival.
Temperatures are going to be hovering in that dangerous mid-30 range.
Right. Well, we've built some good ice at this point, so that's the good thing. And so long as we fall down below freezing at night, we'll be great. So long as it's not, 50 and rainy, we'll be okay.
Let's see how deep it is.
Yeah, let's take a look here.
I think it is, I guess.
Hand dog right here. That's thick here.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
See, I got a tape measure. We'll put a tape on it here.
Wow, Adam, well done.
Hey, I live in Wisconsin.
You got to have the right tools.
Yeah,
the right tools.
We forgot the fishing rods.
Oh, that's cold.
That's 9 inches right there. So that's pretty thick. That's a thick bit of ice. And so, we'll have our 5K out here, all sorts of festival activities. People are going to have a great time. Thank goodness we built good ice this year. In the 160 plus years they've been keeping track, the lake has always frozen. So luckily we made it another year.
If I wanted to walk across the lake, is the ice this thick all the way across?
It's hard to tell because there is still moving water underneath. We went out and drilled some holes the other day, and it's a little less when you get a little farther out there, 5 inches or so, but still pretty safe to walk on.
Oh, you think it'd be thicker out there than near shore?
Yeah, well, the thing is it ends up building here and then moving out. So and especially on where we are, the wind tends to push it this way. So when it's building, this is where all the ice starts, and then it just moves its way out.
Well, have a great festival.
Hey, thank you guys very much.
Adam, thank you so much. Great to see you.
And we did record that last week, and I'm not sure it's still 9 inches, but they're pretty confident there'll be enough. Check the website next week.
Definitely.
It's 40s this weekend.
There's no way they would let you out if it was dangerous, so.
And they have a backup plan for everything inside, so.
Yeah.
It's a great, get out on the lake. It's a great time.
I know. Why not? Enjoy the winter that we have.
Absolutely. And we'll get a final check of that forecast coming up.
Okay, for your role playback.
When I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, I waited to get treated. Thought surgery was my only option. But then I found out about non-surgical treatments. It was a total game changer. Learn more about the condition at factsonhand.com.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible. Wow, that's pretty sweet.
Cool. Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value of $6,500 on this Silverado without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all, and I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
Hi everyone, if you are in desperate need of some sunshine, Chris has some good news for you. He'll have his latest in the weekend forecast.
And we're looking ahead to the big game on Sunday. We'll tell you why the colors the teams are wearing in the Super Bowl might make a difference.
See you Friday at 4:30.
In a plastic world, UW engineers are working on ways to reduce plastic use and waste.
The technology to recycle waste plastics is very inefficient, and then when we recycle them, they're all contaminated.
How we can all help fight the plastic plague. Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Chris is back. A warm weekend and then cooling off.
Yeah, we are going to be very warm this weekend. So I wanted to show this. I know you all were talking about the Clean Lakes Alliance, the Frozen Assets Festival. This weekend, we're going to see those temperatures up into the 40s for Sunday and Monday. But keep in mind, overnight lows will be below freezing. Then our high temperatures go back below freezing for much of next week with the potential for some snow Tuesday into Wednesday. Your overnight lows during this period will likely be in the teens. So I still think we'll be able to build the ice by the time we get towards that festival. In the meantime, be on the lookout for perhaps some flurries and freezing drizzle at times overnight tonight that could slicken things up for tomorrow morning, but it should not be a big deal at all.
Okay.
That's
all right.
good to hear.
Thank you. And coming up tomorrow here on Live at 4, Lola and Louie, our K9 correspondents, have the top animal stories of the week.
And Michael Bruno goes backstage with the Music Theater of Madison's production of Indecent. Stay with us. We're back after this.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you? I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
Congratulations to Holly Walker, a top-notch drama teacher at West High School in Madison.
When I see a student just living fully in who they are when they're on stage and then giving that back to the audience for these little kids to see, that part I love. I absolutely love that part.
If you know a teacher who deserves to be recognized as a top-notch teacher, send us a letter, an email, or nominate a teacher at channel3000.com.
Sponsored by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
I suffered with psoriasis for so long.
I felt gross. People were afraid I was contagious.
I was covered from head to toe. I was afraid to show my skin.
It was kind of a shock after I started Cosentix. I wasn't covered anymore.
4 years clear.
5 years now.
I just look and feel better.
See me.
Cosentix works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better with Cosentix.
5 years is just crazy.
See me.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentix could help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
Squeaky, creaky, leaky entry doors from big box stores should be ignored. Scott the window guy does entry doors. He can do yours and so much more.
We do entry doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
Some people fight out of anger, and some fight for love. People fight for bad reasons, and people fight for good reasons. What are you willing to fight for? At Habish, & Rotier, we fight for what's right.
They look great. They're affordable. Stanton, how do you do it? Oh, nice.
Are those?
Get out!
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
In today's Final Touch, it's all things Britney.
Yeah, you know what Britney we're talking about. A Britney Spears pop-up experience opens in Los Angeles tomorrow. The Zone, as it's called, is a 30,000 square foot pop-up dedicated to the pop star, one that she actually had a hand in bringing to life. The exhibit spans across 10 rooms based on Spears' most memorable music videos. That includes a school set based off her debut hit single, Baby One More Time, and a journey to Mars based on Oops, I Did It Again.
Hit after hit.
Hit after hit. The Zone will be open